So let's not beat around the bush, as they say here in the UK. The Realme 8 5G is a front runner for best 5G smartphone under £250 at the time of this video. So what I'm going to do here is unbox it and guide you through some of the key features you need to know about this smartphone. Are you ready? Let's go. The backside of the Realme 8 5G is unique. Apparently, when shaken, the Realme 8 5G reflects a dynamic speed light effect. You gamers out there are really going to dig this one because apparently it was inspired by Final Fantasy the movie, and Realme are calling this supersonic blue. The Realme 8 5G also has a pretty slim waistline at just 8.5mm and it weighs in at 185 grams, which is pretty light. It does have a side-mounted fingerprint reader to unlock it. Whether you're a lefty or a righty, it is in the right spot. But if you don't have thumbs at all, it's okay because it does have face unlock. And a favorite feature of mine is present here, and it is the analog headphone jack, which will deliver lag-free high-res audio via the wire. And if you don't want to use that method, you've also got Bluetooth 5.1. But unfortunately, we don't have NFC here, so no contactless payments. Now, when it comes to storage, RAM and ROM, the Realme 8 5G goes all the way up to 128GB of storage and 8GB of RAM. Of course, there are cheaper variants with less ROM and less RAM, and with the cheapest variant coming in at just £179. But no matter which one you choose, you're going to love this feature, because when you eject the SIM tray, you'll notice it can accommodate 2 SIMs and up to a terabyte of expandable memory at the same time. So there's plenty of room for aggressive expansion. Now let's talk about the main attraction when it comes to most smartphones, and it's the display. The Realme 8 5G has a Full HD Plus IPS panel that supports 90Hz refresh rate, and just for context, the iPhone 12 Pro Max can only output 60Hz refresh rate. And one of the advantages of LED over OLED in some cases is the fact that LED can actually get a bit brighter. And this screen on the Realme 8 is adequately bright and can output up to 600 nits of brightness, and that's equal to the iPhone. Now let's talk about the shooters here on the back. The Realme 8 5G has 3 smoking barrels, a primary 48MP shooter, a black and white 2MP portrait lens, and a 2MP macro shooter. And this other one that looks like it's a lens actually isn't, it's just for looks, and it actually says AI imprinted on it. Just to let you know, these shooters are intelligent. Now when we flip it over, we have a bullet hole 16MP selfie snapper, and I could go in depth into all of the camera specs here, but instead of boring you to death, let me just show you what they can do. Now, you know the problem with any device that's smart is when it's out of power, it becomes pretty stupid. But not so fast here, because you get an 18-watt fast charger in the box and a massive 5,000 milliamp hour battery built in, and that is huge when it comes to battery sizes, flagship level even. So that is definitely one of the strong points when it comes to this device. And speed is also important. I believe in speed and power when it comes to smartphones, and inside the Realme 8 5G is the new MediaTek Dimensity 700, which supports, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, 5G. And it is a 7nm chipset, and 7nm chipsets were last year's flagships, and this is an entry-level phone, so this is an impressive chipset. And simply put, it's powerful, it's fast, it's energy efficient, and it clocks in at 950 megahertz. And it's also the force behind the 90 hertz display. And check this out, it can even support dual 5G SIMs simultaneously. And of course it does way more than what I've just mentioned, but ain't nobody got time for that. If you guys want to learn more about this particular chipset, hit me up in the comments and I'll do my best to provide you guys with some information. Now when it comes to the user interface, it is an Android device, so navigating the device will be familiar to anyone who's used a Samsung device or any other Android device in the past. And if you're an Apple user and you're thinking about jumping ship, you'll actually be surprised at how similar you can make the user interface on this phone to an iPhone's interface. And that's thanks to Realme's UI. It has so many customizable features on there. You can really tailor that experience for yourself. And the chipset is certainly powerful enough for your gaming sessions. The screen has a 180 Hz touch sampling rate, so that's pretty rapid. And overall, the price that this comes in at is so impressive. That's why I do believe this device might be the front runner for best budget 5G smartphone right now. If you guys want to check out the most up-to-date prices, there'll be a link below this video. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man. See you in the next one.